Hello everyone. I'm going to start this room from Tryhackme, basic pen testing room. So let's start from enumeration. I have deployed attack box on Tryhackme. You can use that too. I'm not going to use my own machine for that. Let's start by enumerating it. I will start from nmap. Let's run nmap for that. So I will explain every flag that I used here. You will be able to showcase how it's working. So let's type the IP here, and let me explain what it's doing. So what it's oh I have done something wrong here. The first flag I have used this it uses the default scripts that nmap uses default scripts for scanning, uh, and this flag it used for uh, to return some versions of the services that we are going to enumerate, and uh, this is used for aggressive uh, way so that it will scan the operating system and the services on its own, but it will create some traffic on the server, so it's not recommended where there are chances to be blocked. So we can use this in our lab here. So let's see what it's showing. So here are some results. uh, so port 2022 is open, that is used for SSH. 80 is open, that is used for HTTP. Go we will go through every port. So NetBIOS is also open. AJP13, I don't know what it is, but we'll see. HTTP, another HTTP port 8080. Let's try to fetch one by one. Let's see. So if so, first of all, we are going to see the port 80 undergoing maintenance. Let's check its source. Check our dev note section if you need to know what to work on. So let so he's saying the deploy the machine and connect to a network. We have done that. Find the services exposed by the machine. So we have also done that in the port scanner. We have done that. What is the name of the hidden directory on the web server? So for that we have to start GoBuster. It is a directory enumeration tool that we will use here. What is the IP? I'm going to use this word list from Durbuster. Hmm, I'm also going to enumerate through some extension. php and txt. So it is showing a directory called development. So here are my answer. User brute forcing to find the username and password. Let's first check what it's in there. So we got some text files. What it's saying. I've been messing with that struts stuff. So it's pretty cool, and I think it's might be neat to host that on this server too. Haven't made any real web apps yet, but I have tried that example. You get to show off how it works, and it's the REST version of the example. Oh, okay. So it's saying SMB has been configured. I got Apache set up. We'll put in our content later. So we have something. There is something to do with J and K. For J, I've been auditing the content of Sharon to make sure we don't have any weak credentials, and I was able to crack your hash really easily. This might be a hint that we can crack some hash very easily, and you know our password policy, so please follow it. Change the password as up for J. This means uh, that we have some pass. We will find some password for J. Let's see. Uh, is there anything for? So we have also found port 8080. Let's see what is in there. It's a Tomcat Apache server. Something. Let's head back to it later because it uses authentication for that. We are not doing because we don't know the username here. It also have SMB open. So let's try SMB client for that. This is the example. So dash L is used for listing the shares. So it will. I'm not to use it. So I'm logging it in as anonymous user. So let's check if there is any server shares for anonymous. So a password is blank. Uh, I think let let's access this. I have removed dash L, so it will not list it anymore. We are going in. Yeah. So we are in the assembly directory, in the assembly share, if I say. So here it is staff.txt. Uh, and to download this, we will use get and the file name. So it has downloaded. Let's exit it from here, and if we check what this file has, then there we are. We know the name of that we were referring from for J and K. So the users are Jan and K. So now we have two users, but we know that it was for J. So it might be that the user is Jan. Let's check. Yeah, username is Jan, and we have to brute force the password because here is saying that user brute forcing to find username and password. So we have to brute force the password, and for that I will use Hydra. So if you don't know, Hydra is a brute force tool that can brute force any service. So I'm going. We know that there is SSH open from from mm, where it gone. We know that the SSH is also open. Yeah, there is port 2022. So I'm going to brute force SSH for from Hydra. So let's use Hydra dash L for the user name. So we have Jan and dash P for the word list. So I'm going to use RockU word list and the IP address of the machine and the service that we are going to brute force, that is SSH. So it's running. Let's see what we have to wait for that. It's taking so much time. I want to know what it's using. So dash dash V, where is dash V for verbose output, and let's see what it's doing. Use dash I to skip waiting. So I have used dash V for verbose output. I am going to see what it's doing. So it's using the username Jan and the password from that RockU word list. So it found the password for Jan, that is Armando. Let's put it here. It's saying what service do you use to access the server? We have used SSH for that, and enabled the machine to find any vectors for privilege escalation. Uh, so let's first log in with that credential that we have got just now. So for login into SSH, type SSH, then username, and at the IP of which we are going to log in, and then enter. Type yes, and the password that we just found. And now we have logged in into uh, this machine. So it's saying that anyway the machine to find any vectors for privilege escalation. So we have to we have to escalate our privileges to the root user so that we can access that root directory. See, we don't have any permission for that. So let's see for that how we can escalate our privilege escalation. First, we have to check what this user have. So I first try to check the shadow file. Sometimes they have uh, read or write permission. We know, and this file contains all the users, and and we can log in as Jan and K. Mm, let's try sudo dash l password commando. Can't run. Let's check for SUID bits. I'm going to check for the binary executables that have SUID bit set, so that we can if uh, so that we can run that in with the permission of the user that owns that file. For that, I will run that command find in the root directory. So it's saying that find in the parent directory, and then type F, and permission is. So this command, so what it's doing, it will searching for it will search for the file that is of type F, that is a file, and it has and should have permission of SUID bit set, and this is used to redirect all the errors to the uh, null. That will uh, it will delete all the standard output, so we don't have to worry about the errors now. So we have the list which has SUID bit set. I don't find any SUID that can be used to escalate our privileges. Vim. Oh wow. So we are in the Vim text editor, and if we can also bypass it and run some commands in the Vim editor. For that, you have to press uh, a colon, then the command you want to run. So I want to run the bash script, so not bash executable. So I not found. Oh sorry, we have to put a colon, then exclamation mark, then the command. uh Not working. It is owned by the root user. What, am I root now? No. Let's enter Vim directly. Vim bash. No. We are the shell level 3. Vim. Let's try sh. It's because bash sometimes. No, it's not working. One last. No, we are in. So Vim is not working. Uh, oh, there is a hint that final password. So we know the other user is K from, because we can also check from that. So if we try to, oh, we have password backup, but it's not visible. Password backup. Maybe we can view it using Vim, because it was running in the really strong password that follows the password policy. So we got the password. So we have used Vim because it has SUID bit set enabled. So it, let's copy this and then close the Vim. So changing to user K. Yes, the password worked, and it's saying what is the final password you obtained. This was the password. I think the room is completed, but let's see what we can do with this K. So if has, so it can run everything with this sudo. So if we try to sudo su, then we are root. We found the flag. So it's saying congratulations, you are completing this challenge. So we have completed this room. Okay.